How to answer a GCSE Statistics exam question on relative risk. In this video, we're going to work through a question taken from the June 2024 Edexcel Higher Paper 2. Katia organises two different training courses, Course A and Course B, to help people to learn to type. She wants to compare the two different courses to see which is better. At the end of each course, people are given a skills test. The table shows the number of participants who passed and failed the skills test for each of the two courses. And then we have a table showing the number of those who passed and failed for both Course A and Course B. Part A says find the relative risk of failing the skills test having taken Course A compared to Course B. So the question is about relative risk. Make sure you don't confuse this with absolute risk. The formula for calculating relative risk is the risk for those in the group divided by the risk for those not in the group. This formula is not provided in the exam, so you do need to memorise it. So we need to calculate the risk of failing for those in Course A and the risk of those failing in Course B in order to slot these figures in the relative risk formula. So the risk of failing for those in Course A is the number failed of 15 divided by the total taken Course A of 50, which gives us a risk of 0.3. And the risk of failing for those in Course B is the number who failed in Course B of 32 divided by the total taken Course B of 80, which gives us a risk of 0.4. We can then calculate the risk of failing the skills test having taken Course A compared to Course B as being 0.3 divided by 0.4, which gives us 0.75, which is the answer for Part A, and this would give us the full 3 marks. Part B asks us to give an interpretation of our answer in Part A. So in Part A, we calculated the relative risk as being 0.75. This means people who took Course B are 25% more likely to fail than those who took Course A. Alternatively, you could have written that the risk of failing was lower for those taking Course A than Course B. It's important that you understand what your calculations actually mean and can explain this in context. And that would give us the full marks for this question in the exam. If you would like more guidance on how to succeed in GCSE Statistics, then please have a look at our website where we have free resources as well as revision courses available.